morning there. You're watching QTV This Morning, and I am Jenna Basanko. Well, today, I'm not joined by my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Abalde, but joined by my very amazing co-host, Mr. Memodumboch. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. You know, earlier on when I knew that I had to sit in for Balde, I said, oh, I have to play Balde today.
You have to play Balde, where we don't get along.
But then on second thoughts, I thought, ooh, playing Balde, ooh, I would rather play myself.
I think so. Good morning, Mr. Adi. Thank you for joining us on the newspaper review.
I'm always thrilled to be here. I enjoy this slot and I enjoy the program, so it's always a thrill to be on.
Yeah, so he's going to be himself instead of trying to play Balde.
And
Fair enough.
Not only Mr. Mboj going to be Mr. Mboj, I will be myself today.
Okay, yeah.
I won't be standing in for Mr.
Mboj, right? I know. But anyway, how was your weekend? We're just catching up after weekend.
Well, I don't know whether I should say this.
Okay.
But I tend not to have weekends.
Well.
Because if you guys know, I work Monday to Saturday.
Yeah.
But then on Sunday, I have to go through 20, 25 videos to prepare the African News Roundup. And I do that on a Sunday.
So why do you have to do that on a Sunday?
Because it's on Monday, it's broadcast on Monday, and there won't be time enough to do it on the Mondays.
Yeah.
So it has to be done on the Sunday. So
and you're so good at putting videos together and pictures. So I think you're the right person for it.
So effectively, I don't have a weekend.
You don't?
Honestly, I'm not asking for sympathy or pity or anything, but I still managed to watch 2 football matches on Sunday, so it wasn't all bad.
Yeah, so World Cup so far?
World Cup, yeah.
And that's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
The sort of work you do at home, the reading, I mean, all that background.
Yeah, quite.
So there's really never any free time. It doesn't exist.
It
You know what I mean?
right?
You can even sit with your friends. My notebook is around me all the time.
Yeah.
Any idea, and that's all work related.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary how
It really is.
it just colonizes you.
It really does. I mean, when I was in the UK, for the longest time, for as long as I can remember, I never go out without a notebook because an idea might come to me or I might see something that I want to jot down. I mean, sometimes if I forget the note, I'll put it in my phone. You know, I'll save it as a note on my phone. So I'm always on call. If I'm on a train
our
or something.
generation, we do not need to walk around with a notebook because we have our notes here.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you guys still fancy notebooks, even though mobile phones exist. So why is that? Why do you still have to carry a notebook, knowing that you have your note? You have like an app.
It's a good question because what I started to do whenever I found myself out and an idea came to me and I'd forgotten my notebook, I would just do a voice note.
Okay.
And save it. And so the phones, they're quite handy for that. So yeah.
How about you? You still have your notebook?
Oh, absolutely. And maybe even for sentimental reasons. I mean, Jenna, when cinema was invented, people thought that theater was dead. It doesn't work like that. Some of us, I mean, we used to notebooks.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been dealing with notebooks before these things came along.
Yeah.
So there's that attachment, actually.
Yeah, that's the attachment. And some argue that, you know, somebody can steal your phone, but a notebook, in Gambia here, no one's going to steal a book.
Yeah. And you know,
it's a no-no.
Well, this is it. And also, with us as humans, there are things we do that actually don't make sense. So I'll give you a very quick example.
Yeah.
When CDs and digital media came along, everybody thought that was the death of the LP, the album.
Yeah.
And now you go to England, you go to America, LPs outsell CDs. I mean, it makes no sense. It's this big cumbersome thing that you have to take out, put on a thing, whereas you can have all your music digital. And yet now, you go to England, where I was shocked when I went last year.
Yeah.
In fact, this year, I beg your pardon, for my birthday, and I went to some of the record shops. The CD section is so tiny now. It's completely LPs have taken over all the record shops.
Really?
It absolutely make no sense. All the companies that used to make record players that had closed, they've all reopened and they're selling more than ever. Makes no sense, but that's human beings.
But why is that? Is it fashion or?
I thought it was fashion at times.
It's fashion.
Because you would see young people with their LP and they wouldn't put it in the bag, which it was sold in.
Okay.
They would take it out of the bag and they'd hold it under their arm so people could see that they had an LP. I'm like,
okay, it's a trend.
So it became a trend, but it's been going on for 10 years now. So it's become more than just a kind of passing trend, and it's quite remarkable, I find.
Amazing.
But yeah, so human beings, we're very funny creatures.
All right. So, Mr. Mboj, now let's delve into my favorite part of the program, which is the African proverb. Do you want to read it out?
Well, yes. Horns do not grow before the head.
Okay.
So what do you make of it when you first read it?
What I made of it was do things at the right time. The right things come at the right time. Things come when it's time for them to appear.
Sure.
Success comes your way when it is time. You can never get it faster than you want. There's just time for every single opportunity that you're trying to seek. Sometimes we want certain things, we're eligible for certain opportunities, we think we should have it the first time we attempt it, but probably that is not the right time. So there's always the right time for everything, and later when you sit and reflect, you just connect the dots and you're like, oh, if I had this previously, it wasn't going to work. This is the right time, considering things that you see in your surrounding. And this has happened to me a lot of times, where maybe I've applied for an opportunity and then later another opportunity comes and I'm like, okay, if I had that, I wouldn't be doing this. So I'm meant to do this instead of things that I wanted. So there's just the right time for everything.
For me, my immediate thought was, no more than grass or plants can grow without the soil. The idea of preconditions. There must be preconditions to anything sort of you achieve, foundations, embedding, whatever you call it. That was what I got from it.
For me, another proverb came, which is all things in time. Things happen when they should happen, and not before. Similar to what Jennifer has said, and actually, I think we're all pretty much saying the same thing. Is that certain things have to be in place before certain things. So if you take even this one literally, obviously you can't have the horns
without the head.
If the head is not there. So, and you can't have the grass without the soil. So yeah, I think it's a pretty straightforward one, but yeah, it's a good one.
And also, there's certain things that have to exist side by side. Like, the fact that the head has to come first before the horn means a head has to exist before a horn comes. So things, things have to, there's just certain things that have to like move together. So you can't separate one from the other. And the moment you do that, then you can't achieve what you're looking for in real life.
And as Mboj used the term, the preconditions have to be there.
Before whatever you're looking for does exist. Which we all make those mistakes sometimes.
But you know, I've pushed it a bit further. Here I'm using head figuratively. There will be no achievement without brain power. You know what I mean? I've moved it on a bit, that sort of thing. I really need to think it through. I need to apply perhaps the best knowledge we have today. So that's what I mean, the head, using the head being the base. So achievement being the horns, the ivory trophy, one can call it that. So without that brain power into what I do, you know, my projects or whatever, into what I do, I wouldn't achieve. I've also pushed
if Balde was here, Balde would be like, no, Mr. Mboj, I don't agree with what you're saying, Mr. Mboj. This individual, I know this particular individual who did it without the horns.
There's a famous, I wish I could remember, there's a violinist who, when he became successful, a reporter said to him, how does it feel like being an overnight success? And he said, thank you. He said, it's only taken me 35 years to be
well, that's not overnight.
Because it's like they didn't see all the practice that went into all they saw was the finished article and this finished product. And they think, my God, you know, I didn't know this guy yesterday, and today he's famous, so it must have happened overnight.
Because the person took baby steps.
They took baby steps. They prepared the groundwork for the success that was to come.
And generally, that's a problem that we usually have. You know, we don't kind of recognize people when they're starting or watch out on what people are doing till they just blow up, and then we give them all the concentration.
Listen, even in our lives professionally, we have these instances. So when Akufo-Addo was trying to get to be president of Ghana, I was offered the chance to interview him in London. And I was like, yeah, sorry, I'm not interested.
Oh my God!
I didn't think he was gonna. I didn't think he was gonna win. I have to be honest. I have to out myself. I have to out myself here. And when he won, I felt so embarrassed.
I know
because it was they weren't charging anything. They just said, "This guy, we think he's gonna win. You should interview him."
And you're like, "Oh nah."
You know, I'm really not interested. And yeah, you know, elections came and he won. I'm like,
You want it to be under the table or something.
Out. Yeah, so it happens.
Stuff like that happens.
Yeah, it does.
And what you said earlier, well, I just remember what they said of Churchill when he said that it took him 1 week to prepare an impromptu speech. That's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Impromptu here meaning improvised.
Yeah.
So can you imagine the idea of preparing?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But this is it. So when it looks so easy, so simple, you really have no idea how much work has gone into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
that
this
is
the thing.
true. But sorry about that experience. Sorry about it.
I think I've gotten over it now.
Yeah, at least now you're talking about it.
I can talk about it.
Yeah. So moving on from the African proverb, Mr. Mboj, we have the newspaper review. Our guest is already here. And moving away from that, we will be joined by Modlamin Juve, who's a journalist, and he'll be here to talk about the Bati Askanwi initiative. So it's a civic engagement initiative geared towards educating and sensitizing the masses about their civic rights and duties. I know we have a government council, but we need bodies as such to complement their efforts. And aside from that, yes.
You know, but,
so he will be joining us here. So we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we will delve into current affairs.
Opticalia is a leading European brand which is now in the Gambia. Are you looking for glasses? Then you have come to the right place. As a first step, we will perform an eye exam to ensure we prescribe the correct lenses for you. After that, you can select a frame of your choice. We have a variety of brands in stock, and you will definitely find yours. You can have the full package of frame plus lenses starting from $990 up to more for the most fashionable options. Once you find a frame you like, your lenses will immediately be edged by our lab technician. Within 30 minutes, you will be able to leave with your prescription glasses and a huge smile on your face. How amazing is that? Visit us at the Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123.
QCell, GSM company minna yirwa tariata Gambia Bankoka. QCell la 4G plus network ya banko bela mura. Andung ala internet o tariata sidula saba katambi nyongola. Sound sign yesta 335 kumandi. Yada di kemuna fang 4G sobeol. QCell, Gambia la network lanna yaringo.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I'm here with my amazing co-host, Mr. Momodu Mboj, and our new
Very amazing, remember.
very let me add that.
Yes,
very
to differentiate
from
the amazing
my
co-host.
very amazing co-host, Mr. Momodu Mboj. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much, Adid Rami, for being here with us as well. So we're just going to discuss some current affairs related matters. To start with, a regional and national skills competition organized by the National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority wrapped up with an award ceremony for winners and contestants. So this is funded by UNESCO, geared towards promoting youth empowerment. I think we've covered this from beginning.
All the way through.
All the way.
And it's something that I'm quite interested in for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure I'm not upsetting anybody when I say that. You know, when I came to the Gambia and I looked at the quality of buildings, houses, the finishing, the electricity, I mean, it's some of the worst I've encountered. You know, you go to places that, I don't know why, for example, people have a problem with stairs, like designing and making stairs here. You know, they're dreadful. You go to somebody's house, they paid a lot of money for it, the windows don't shut properly, the doors lean slightly, and yet they paid good money for it. And then the wiring is poor and so on. So what this is doing is that it's teaching them the right way to do things. It's not just somebody who's watched somebody else and then, you know, they learn, oh, is this how we do it? You know, and we do that with everything. You take somewhere, one of these roadside places where they fix your car. Some 13-year-old is fixing your car.
Yeah.
What the hell is that we've tried to put in place? Things like those sailors and things like this competition that we're just talking about. If these things become embedded, then that really would be this cliche game changer for this country. You know, we'll stop, you know, bringing in experts and so on. And there's a thing which I've mentioned many, many times. Again, I'll try and be quick. When I first came here, we were sitting at the village, and I was with some people, and I was talking about how bad the roads were. And one of my friends there said to me, well, you know, we don't need to worry because, you know, now the Chinese are here. They'll come and fix the roads for us. I was horrified. And I'm like, no, we should be having civil engineers of our own who can fix our own roads. We're not saying build a rocket, send it to the moon. Fix our roads. And you're telling me the Chinese are going to come and do it for us? So, you know, things like this, you know, encourage people to actually learn proper skills, our own people in our own country. And we, you know, can't encourage it enough. You know, so
I think that is
the more of this we get, the better we will be.
Absolutely. Yes, of course, for a long time, isn't it, the structure of apprenticeships we've got in most of these trades. So that was no need for anybody to get any kind of formal training. But wouldn't it be interesting if we were to have legislation, for instance, stating that you really cannot give any service unless you are accredited.
This is it.
By right.
And that's NACA.
That's NACA's job.
That's their job.
So everywhere, you really cannot give any service without this accreditation. But this is it. You go to places like your mechanic, 15-year-old, nothing. How when can we sort of implement a mechanism, as it were, that would control this area?
Worst of all, Mr. Mboj, the beauty industry. It's even worse. At this, we're talking about cars here, but here we're talking about people's skins, people's health, products that are not even tested. Makeup artists using products that they're not even sure of, giving certificates to people without NACA stamp or signature. That is happening. And it's totally unhealthy.
And Mr. Mboj is right, because in countries where they have this, UK is a perfect example. If you want to go somewhere and somebody is offering a product, you will go to the person who has the certificate, who you know has done the test and passed it, rather than the one who's just set up shop any old how, and then, you know, and so that will be the thing, because what you have is, and the thing that always undermines it is, the guy who hasn't got the certificate probably charges less, and so you think, oh, I'm saving money by not going to the guy with the certificate. But you're doing something,
and even paying extra, because if something goes wrong, you have to go again and again spend money.
And again, and yet people don't seem to learn from that.
They don't seem to. So moving on, we saw the mayor of Banjul, Rohey Malick Lowe, has distributed school materials to various schools in Banjul as part of her Back to School initiative. And we saw her in school uniform. She went to her former school, Kampama, and she wore school uniform.
And the kids loved it. And you know, I commend her for getting into the spirit of it. You know, because usually politicians can be a bit stiff and sort of too formal. But she really got into it, and it was great. It was good. It was good.
So I'm just informed that Suleiman Dabo is on the line, because the Q Group Foundation will award today cash prizes to GCCI awardees. So Mr. Dabo, are you there? Mr. Dabo.
I'm in the Gambia. You're watching QTV Live. I am Suleiman Dabo. We're coming to you live from our auditorium on the administrative building of QCell and QCity. Here with us are various awardees for the GCCI Gala Dinner that was held on the 25th of November 2022. Those of you who followed that program must have remembered that the CEO of this company, Mr. Mohamed Jah, made a promise to two of the awardees. And they are the Young Entrepreneur of the Year that went to Mrs. Fatoumata Njai, or Yahel, and then the Businesswoman of the Year, which went to Mr. Ida Sen Conte of Ida's Ideas. Mrs. Ida Sen Conte, I beg your pardon, of Ida's Fashion. So this morning we're here for them to receive that promise from the CEO of the company, Mr. Mohamed Jah. That's what we're doing here this morning. A lot of executives from the Q City and QCell and QTV are here, as well as QCell, to do this presentation. The wife of Mr. Jah is here. Mrs. Aissatou Jah is here, as well as I said earlier, a lot of executives from from the company. So that's what we're doing today. Back to you, Jeneba and Balde at the studios.
All right, and today, Balde is not here. I'm joined by my very amazing co-host, Mr. Mamudu Boj.
Who's
Okay,
pretending to be Balde.
he's pretending, but thank you so much, Mr. Dabo. We'll get back to you shortly. Yes, so let's get back to our newspaper review quickly, as we have another guest
current
as well.
affairs review.
Yeah, current affairs, our current affairs review. So yes, you were talking about how the mayor of Banjul was brave to wear the uniform.
To get into that spirit, because as I said, you know, sometimes politicians can be, you know, a bit sort of aloof and sort of formal in everything they do. But you saw the way that the children's faces lit up when they saw her coming. It was pure delight for them. You know, she was there for a serious purpose. You know, she was there to give books, to give materials, and so on. And this was a light-hearted element to it. And you know, once in a while, it's good. It's not like she does it every day or every week. But, you know, once in a while, just do something that kind of almost poking fun at yourself.
Yeah,
so
and also, I think it's
it.
good to leave it sometimes. When you're trying to do something, you kind of leave the situation. It just adds value to the whole thing. What do you think?
Well, I'm not sure whether she was actually leaving it. It was a cute gesture. You call it light-hearted. I call it a cute gesture.
Yeah, it was cute.
Course, absolutely.
Yeah.
Really nothing wrong with it. Around the world, sometimes you see politicians do these sort of things. Well, what is important, really, what she was doing it for, the idea behind it, I think that was really the important thing.
Yeah.
And yes, with the books, fantastic. We hope that it's a sustainable.
Yeah, we hope that it will be sustainable. The fact that you know, she's doing this with the Rafala initiative, because you need to follow up on this, kids, like Action Aid does. Action Aid, they have this Action Aid sponsorship program, which I went for in Opanyomi, and how they do it is that there's some funds for a family, but what they do is they control it, give the family what, and in fact,
how do they control it?
They control it in the sense that when a child is sponsored, just one child is sponsored in one school, all the kids in that school get to benefit with books, bags, and everything.
Oh, right. Okay.
And also, the money which could have been given to one family in a community is not. There's actually, they use part of that money to either buy a milling machine, put a borehole for the community. And also 80% of Action Aid funding in Opanyomi is actually that sponsorship program money. And when you're 18, you get to graduate. So I think that it's good to organize these things just so we can hold people accountable. But just coming and doing a distribution at one time, cameras come on, and after that, what happens? I'm not saying that's the case with this one, but we should move away from that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been involved in various sponsorships where I'm sponsoring children through school right through to university. And, you know, you enjoy it, especially when you see how they benefit from it. So,
That's it. And this is what politicians do.
Yeah.
Action Aid, they're not politicians.
They're not.
You know what I mean? So let's cut her some slack.
Quite. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go back to Mr. Dabo. I'm aware that the Q Group Executive Director is about to deliver her statement at the event. So let's take a look at that and we'll be right back.
Q Group members, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to stand before you today to welcome you to this event, organized to hand over the Q Group Foundation pledge that was made at the GCCI 2022 Awards Dinner on the 25th of November. As most of you know, over the years, the Q Group has been partnering with GCCI through QCell Senior Boss to support the Chamber in its fundraising activities. In the awards dinner that was held in 2019, before the advent of COVID, QCell was the main sponsor for that event. This year again, QCell was the main sponsor for the event, where GCCI recognizes the work of its members through awards in various categories. In 2019, at the dinner, our chairman, Mr. Mohamed Jah, announced that the Q Group Foundation will complement GCCI's award with a cash award for the winners and runner-ups for the categories of Youth Entrepreneur of the Year and Businesswoman of the Year. So, in 2022, you guessed right, our chairman also announced the same cash compliment for the same categories. So today, we are here to put words into action, or as others would say, walk the talk, by formally handing over the checks to the award recipients, thereby joining the GCCI, and by extension, the entire business community in recognizing the hard work and commitment of the women and the youth. Before I go further, let me use this opportunity to inform you about the Q Group Foundation and the work we do. The Q Group Foundation is the philanthropic arm of the Q Group of companies, through which we streamline our initiatives and interventions with the aim of contributing to the national development, to our national development. Our philosophy is PRIDE, which stands for productivity, responsibility, innovation, discipline, and efficiency. At the Q Group, we set standards, we innovate, and most importantly, we motivate for others to follow. Since our inception in 2016, we have been supporting initiatives focused on sustainable development in the areas of education, health, youth, and community development. We spend a considerable portion of our budget on education and health because we believe education is the only prerequisite to development. And we all know that health is wealth. We support the 9 ministries in these sectors in their work to develop the sector. We sponsor students attain higher education. We support entrepreneurship. We support families in distress, such as fire and floods. We support projects that uplift communities and many, many more. However, we have also recognized that in order for us to develop as a nation, we need to pay special attention to certain groups, such as women and youth. Women are the primary caretakers of children and elders in every country of the world. International studies demonstrate that when the economy and political organization of a society changes, women take the lead in helping the family adjust to new realities and challenges. Similarly, when youth are empowered, they feel confident and capable. They become active contributors and collaborators, excited to explore their impact on the world around them. Therefore, it is only fitting for Q Group to take the lead in empowering women and youth through this initiative. For those who were at the GCCI Awards, our chairman has given the commitment that we will also take the lead in championing our local content bill to protect our indigenous businesses so that our women and children, our women and youth will have the opportunity to expand their businesses and contribute meaningfully to our society. We hope that this small gesture goes some way in demonstrating this commitment. This year, we will be giving $250,000 to the winners of each category and $100,000 to the runner-ups. Thus, for the Youth Entrepreneur of the Year, the winner, Fatoumata Njai of Yahare, will get $250,000 in cash. No runner-up was announced for this category this year. The Businesswoman of the Year, our able Aida Sen Conte, my personal tailor. She's been my designer since, I think, 1997. Huh? Yes, it's been a while. Aida Sen Conte, Aida's Ideas Fashion and Design Institute, who I think has the first Fashion and Design Institute in the Gambia, right by the stadium, will be handed over $250,000 to cash. And the runner-up, Kumba Dafe, from the Treasure Women Warriors. Kumba is my jabar. Her husband, Adamaka, was a classmate of mine, So I am the JK of Kumba Dafe. And she's also, you know, my sister-in-law because our husbands are related to some extent. So I'm very proud that Kumba has done so much with the Treasure Women Warriors, and we will be giving them $100,000 today. At this juncture, I would like to personally congratulate each of the recipients for your hard work and to encourage you to push the envelope more. We are confident that you will reap the rewards at the end. The GCCI team will tell you that this award is not the only thing the Q Group family is partnering with them this year. The most prominent member of the Q Group, Q-Cell Sunyu Boss, have this year launched the Care Jula Challenge with GCCI, where young entrepreneurs will be given the opportunity to come and pitch their business ideas, and winners will be given seed money to convert their ideas into reality. The total amount given to winners will be $1.5 million. And currently, the Kerjula team is going around the country shortlisting participants who will be going to the grand finale, which will be televised live. Ms. Malik, I think right now they are almost through. They've been going through all the regions. They've started, right? Yes, and it's airing already. So they are going around the different regions, holding local competitions, and then those finalists will come for the grand finale. We want to assure you that the Q group of companies, through its foundation, will continue to work with key sectors of our society to contribute our quota to the national development of our dear nation. Once again, I would like to extend our thanks to all of you for gracing this occasion, and I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Madam Executive Director. Just to let you know, the members of the media at the end.
Cash prizes to the winners and runners up, and congratulations to them. Like I said, man, I want to start a business. Saturday next, I'm competing next year. I'm starting a PR company or something, and Mr. Mohamed Jah is going to have to give me 250,000.
That's it.
Like honestly,
only if you win.
Well, only if I win.
Young entrepreneur of the year.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, that's Yahare.
Yeah.
And she has like a tea bag company.
Yeah.
And this is a person who started her business in her bedroom.
Yeah.
To having a mini shop, and now she has a whole big apartment. We
Yeah.
followed up on her
I was gonna say,
when she started.
And I bought some of the tea bag, and I have to say, I bought them to kind of patronize the business, and because I don't drink tea normally, but I thought, let me, at least this is a brilliant initiative, and let me support it in that way. So I was really pleased to do that.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we'll just do one more story, and we'll be joined by Maud Lamin Juve to talk to us about Bati Askanwi initiative. So I think, the National Human Rights Commission held an inaugural meeting of the Stakeholders Monitoring Committee, which is tasked with looking into the implementation of the TRRC recommendations. Yeah, I mean, we'll be hearing a lot of this kind of thing. Yeah. Because, people are trying to say, yes, government has issued the white paper, they accepted. What next?
But, how do we implement it? Because, again, the reason they're doing that is because we infamously have a sort of history and a record of passing lots of things and everything from statutes to laws to white papers and not implementing them. And people think this is too serious to allow it just to kind of be saying, just a tick box exercise. It has to be delivered in reality, and I think that's why we will hear a lot more of this kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely. Potential minefield, all sorts of things will happen, wouldn't it? We've already got our experience with the Janneh Commission, even though they've agreed that they will implement the recommendations and the like, but then that's it. This is where the issues will come in, practically, as it were. How long, how, it's going to be long, and we'll keep on talking about it for goodness.
And even if you go back to the Janneh Commission, I mean, the experience that people have gone through doesn't bode well. And I say this because if one had been reading the newspapers recently, people have been trying to find out who got the assets of the former president. and the government is saying that we can't reveal him for, for reasons of confidentiality.
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking about openness, then they should reveal who got those assets.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and with the CRC as well. But I'm afraid that is all we have time for in our current affairs review.
Sure.
As Mr. Ade put it. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always good to have you here.
Always a pleasure.
So moving on, we'll be joined by Modulamin Juve, and he'll be talking to us about an initiative called Bati Askanwi, which is a civic initiative geared towards educating and sensitizing the masses about their civic rights and duties.
And before I go off, just to say it's a very good initiative.
It is
and
amazing.
People should pay attention to this.
Considering that we have a national body, and that body's subvention is not even enough for them to do any form of advocacy.
Sure.
All they do is to cover up for their running costs and what donors can give to them. So I think this is a good one. So we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Modulamin Juve.
Espas Motors is the largest and most modern auto service in the Gambia. Espas Motors is the only authorized dealer in Chevy, Mercedes-Benz trucks, Mercedes-Benz buses, Kia, Ford, Futon Mini and Midi buses, Futon trucks. At Espas Motors, we have qualified professionals who use modern technology to diagnose and repair all brands of motor vehicles. Espas Motors services include auto sales, auto repairs, vehicle painting, availability of high-quality spare parts, towing services. We are reachable at any time. Call Espas Motors on 352222 353-4444 or locate us on the Bertel Harding Highway. Espas Motors.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Mumudumboge. So now we'll just head back to the auditorium as the Q Group Foundation awards cash prizes to the GCCI awardees. Let's take a look at that. And when we come back, we're here with Modulamin Juve to talk to us about an initiative called Bati Askanwe. Let's take a look at that. Executive Director there about to present the cash prizes to the awardees, and they are the Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Winner is Fatunjai of Yahare. She's getting $250,000, and that is Ida Sen Conte of Ida's Ideas Fashion and Design Institute. She's been given, as we speak, $250,000. I want to start a fashion institute soon as well to get a $250,000. Congratulations to her. She started small, just having a tailoring shop, and eventually she has a whole institute now, where there's this form of knowledge transfer. I've seen a lot of young people graduate from there and start their own things. So I think it's amazing what she does.
Absolutely. I mean, when we say an entrepreneur, what do we mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I even like the idea that this competition was open to people who had already opened their businesses and had got on for a year.
Yeah, so she wants to say something now.
Yes.
Let's take a look at that.
To the Almighty Allah, my parents, my husband, my family, friends, and customers. I'm very pleased and honored to be part of this event today and to receive such a wonderful award from the Q Foundation Group. It's only Allah who can reward you for giving us this opportunity to receive such an award. And we promise that it will be put into a very, it will help our businesses also to grow. And we thank you very much, Nene. Thank the whole QTV team for doing such a wonderful gift. Ida's Ideas. We are very grateful to you all. Thank you.
There of Ida's Fashion and Design Institute. He just received $250,000. And as we mentioned, the runners-up will also be awarded. That is Kumba Dafe, Treasure Women Warriors, is about to receive $100,000. And one thing I appreciate about the initiative, that's not her. It's been received on her behalf by Nene Freda Gomez there. One thing I love about the, Treasure Women Warriors is the fact that it's localized. They have their headquarters in the rural area and engage rural women a lot. And I think the fact that she has a whole building built over there and a safe space for women, I think it's an amazing thing.
Oh, fantastic. And I think these days now, really, the whole theme, the whole leitmotif of our time is about what is locally made.
Exactly.
You see, that sort of thing.
That's Nene Freda Gomez now.
Ajikumba really wanted to be here, but as you know, African flights, the flight was cancelled, and she's stuck in New York. She's very devastated. She really tried to be here and did everything else to change her schedule so that she can be here to receive this award. That shows how grateful she is for everything the Q group is doing to support businesses in this country. It says that they say that a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles, because what we focus on, it grows, it expands. What we put energy into, it flourishes. So, if we practice gratitude for the things we have, we will have more of it. So we want to say a very, very big thank you to the Q Group for such an initiative. I know it's not one of its kind. They've been doing this for so long. So we pray that they grow to higher heights to be able to help a whole lot of people. Thank you to the GCCI for the award for recognizing Ajikumba Dafe, and of course the women and the work of the Treasure Women Warriors. If you know Ajikumba, she breathes the woman, she eats the woman, she drinks the woman, she sleeps the woman. The women of the Treasure Warrior Women are so dear to her heart. She left America after 30 years to come to the Gambia and, like my Thomas said, to walk the talk and help, not only criticize, not only complain. She wants to put it in action. And 5 years of work, the network has grown. When we do our audit at the end of the year, next year, Congress, we are almost about 8,000 women in the network all over the country. And what those Treasure Women Warrior does, it uplifts women to financial freedom. We all know when you're financially able, when you're financially capable, you have a voice. You're able to say no, and you're able to say yes. Then we'll be able to share a table with everybody else and not complain or wait for things to be handed over to us. And that is what the Treasure Women Warriors is doing under the leadership of our able president, dynamic, tenacious Ajikumba Dafeka. Coming here and seeing the Q Group Foundation, do I call it a logo, slogan, right? Support, develop, build. I'm like, whoa, there is an alignment of interests, because what we do at the Treasure Warrior Women is we support women. We support them so that they'll be able. We develop skills of women who are already doing something. We harness and instill something in them so that they'll be capable. What we do, we build new entrepreneurs. We bring up new businesses. So there is an alignment of interest here. And my Toma, may I tell you that 89% of the women in our network all are subscribers of the QCell network. So, I mean, there's already a partnership, there's already collaboration by default. So, after this day, we are pleading that you talk to your husband, can we officially become partners? Because I believe we can do so many things. We're here trying to build women. We're here trying to develop women. But you know what? Jabar Modi gonna muna convince Jikar. Yeah. To do it. Okay, that's good. And I believe she will do it because she's my sister as well. She's my sister.
I'm so happy that, that we are all women here. Yeah.
So that is Nene Freda Gomez there, a representative of Kumba Dafe of the Treasure Women Warriors. They just received $100,000, and I'm really impressed with the work that the Treasure Women Warriors is doing.
Absolutely. According to what she said, they've got, what, 8,000 members?
Yeah.
Very interesting. I like the fact that that quote, grateful heart, magnet for miracles. I love that. Women networking, financial independence, that's really the key. So they're a voice for that. They're the drive, as it were, for that. So women being independent. I love the message. I like the idea.
So we are here with Modu Lamin Juve, of a representative from Bati Askanwi Initiative. So tell us, obvious question anyway, because we all know why this is set up, because of the lapses here and there when it comes to citizens understanding their civic rights and duties, but you can't delve into it more. Probably there's something we do not know.
Thank you very much, Jainaba, for having me. I've been reporting on politics, on human rights for the past 10 years. So I've discovered that most of the times once we elect people, more so in the House of Representatives or in the House of Parliament, National Assembly, once we elect them, that's the end. Most of them do not go back to the electorates that elected them, at least to have an interface. So we said, okay, why not we come up with an initiative? And the initiative, the objective is just to take them back to the constituency and then organize a town hall meeting. In the town hall meeting, we want to understand what they have been doing on behalf of the community that, voted for them. So luckily, we picked this idea to Freedom House, and they said, of course, we can do this, because we all know the National Council for Civic Education is unable to do most of these things, even though they have the mandate, as per the Constitution to do this, but resources and other things, I might not go into all that. So, but we said we can complement this. We can definitely do something, not just report on issues, but how can we also impact on the lives of ordinary Gambians. So last week we were at Nyani constituency, and then in Nyani you have 87 villages in that constituency in CRR North. Luckily, the National Assembly member for Nyani agreed to go with us, so we took him back to his people, and then we were able to pick members from all the 87 villages, and then we gathered at Dingirai. So we had an interface, and people were able to ask questions, and he was able to also tell them what he has been doing on behalf of those that elected him. So basically, the idea is about going back to the people that elected the NAMs and ensure that they have that interface.
Nice.
I wonder, when was your establishment, this initiative? When did you conceive it?
Some 2 years ago. Yeah, so I've been working on it. Basically, what we were doing before was to do customized clips of 1 minute on issues that are in the Constitution and probably people do not understand, like the Rent Act and all this. So we would just do a customized clip of 1 minute in local languages. But the idea was to go beyond that. So, but we were going around, usually it's not easy in the country to get funds to do certain things. And media houses cannot fund most of these things because they do not have subvention from the government, and also,
But, so how has been your experience in these 2 years, as it were? Have you been achieving what you really set out to achieve? What's been the impact?
Yes. Yeah, so before you come in, Modu Lamin Juve, let's just take a look at the winner for the Young Entrepreneur of the Year award there, which is Fatou Tanjai of Yahare, $250,000 there. All smiles, looking forward to what she has to say, because she's actually been through it, the whole process. She had her baby steps, and now she has a whole apartment where it's sort of a factory. When I went there, I was so amazed. And the tea bags are so delicious. I don't know if you've tried it before, Mr.
No, I haven't. I'm more of a coffee person. But
you're more of a coffee person.
But I will try it. And yes, we've been following the story, absolutely.
From beginning.
And she's been from beginning.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so we are proud as a television to be associated with her success. So let's listen to what she has to say.
Motivated. I'm not someone who is much into speeches, but I would like to say thank you, Madam Jah. This is a motivation to me and to my business, and I know all other entrepreneurs are also motivated, and I know someday they will also want to be seated here receiving such award. As you mentioned, you're drinking my tea. This is something that I'll be writing on my page, that Madam Jah of QCell is one of the fans of Yahare. Your husband has been an inspiration to me, I mean, I have a colleague who's always telling me, someday you'll be rich as the owner of the QCell Tower. Yeah, he's from Germany, actually. And then he's also inspired of your husband. So this is a discussion that we always having. So having such great people in the country inspiring us young entrepreneurs is something which is very great. So I would like to say thank you to all of you and Q Group Foundation for giving me this cash prize. It will go a long way to my business. As we all know, entrepreneurship is very hard, but if we are having financial support along the way and our businesses will give us an improvement, and it will create a great impact in the business journey. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Fatima Tanjai of Yahare. Yeah, like she said, she's motivated, and this will motivate other people. I'm motivated, Mr. Mboch. Aren't you motivated? You don't want to start a small thing?
Success breeds success.
Why, Mr. Mboch?
I'm not the entrepreneurial sort. I'm not that kind.
Mr. Ju, nakala? Trial ka door dara. $250,000. For you,
Definitely.
So, Mr. Mboch, you had a question for...
Oh, absolutely. I'm sort of the impact of this intervention, if one can call it that, this initiative. What has been in the 2 years? What has been in
I would say, you know, we've registered success over the years, because I can remember, was it in 2019 or 2020, the groundnut price was not very good, and most of the farmers in the country decided to sell their groundnuts to Senegal, and the government had to intervene and said, no, you cannot take it out. But because we've been doing engagements, you know, with the farmers, we've realized that, look, it is our right to choose where we want to sell our groundnuts. So even though they were arrested, they still insisted. And they would say, look, we've been having engagements here and there, so we now know what our rights are. You cannot just, it's not business as usual anymore. And also the recent program that we had at Dingirai CRR North, I was surprised that people were able to ask relevant questions. You know, the NAM was seated there and they were bringing up certain questions, issues like the price of groundnut, that, well, the government is saying they've moved from $28 to $32 per kilo, but we believe that is not enough, because last year a bag of fertilizer was just $700 and this year it has moved to $2,000. So it means there hasn't been any increment sort of. So we want the government to do more. If you go back to the parliament, tell the government that we are not satisfied with this thing. Again, the issue of network, they were like, look, a village like Kataba Omar in CRR North, to do the digital birth registration, they had to move to Senegal to get the orange SIM card, come back, so they could have access to the internet to be able to register our own citizens. They were like, this is not acceptable. We cannot accept this anymore. If you go back to the parliament, tell them about the issue of electricity and water in CRR North. We do not have it. The whole of CRR North is without a radio station. We have to go all the way to Pakala FM in Senegal if we want to make an announcement. And if we want to have information as well, we rely on them. So I was surprised that ordinary Gambians in that part of the country were able to raise these issues. And they were like, look, we want to be having this sort of meeting with the people that we elect. And this is the first time we're having this. And we want to be having this every year, because once we elect these people, that's the end. We don't see them. Like for the for Nyani, I think the first time he went back to his people was just to congratulate them after the election. Thank you very much for voting me, and that was it. Okay, so the first meeting was the one that we organized as Bati Askanwi. So people were like, we want to have this. In fact, extend it to the ward councillors, because it seems most of them are not doing their work as well. So do not only limit it to National Assembly members. So it tells you that people are now in possession of information, and we could rely on that to say, well, what we have been doing over the years, we're seeing the results, because usually people would not even have interest in discussing with NAMS, or sometimes they would not even know what to ask. But if they were able to put those sort of questions, in fact, with the 10 million approved at the assembly for the president for the 2023 to meet the people, to meet the farmers, whatever, they were like, no. The previous assembly decided to cut it to 6 million. How on earth can you accept to move it to 10 million? No, we need you to explain that. Yeah. So I mean, these were relevant issues that were raised on that meeting.
So, yeah.
Oh, I'm absolutely there. It's just that a previous parliament cannot bind.
Yeah, I understand. I understand quite well.
The successor. So, but for me here, the interesting thing is you educate and sensitize them. I'll push you a bit, but we know that government's got finite resources. It can just do so much. One hopes that one is not raising maybe unrealistic expectations, as it were, giving governments resources. In other words, political officials, public officials take decisions within a complex network of factors, don't they? So how do you educate and train them? We have long noticed that civil society organizations tend to focus more on the rights of people, not so much on responsibilities. And then perhaps you might raise expectations that governments cannot deliver. How would you respond to that?
That's very important. But again, for us as a group, our objective was only to create the platform for dialogue, okay? Because it is not in my position, because I am not in the government, to go and explain, look, we do not have A, B, and Z. But if I am able to take back that government official back to the people and say, look, we are humans, you're from the community, explain to them what the factors are. So in other words, we're just trying to create that platform so they could now understand each other, because we are all citizens of this country and our objective is for us to coexist peacefully and to understand each other. If the farmers are saying, no, $28 is very small, we need more than 32, in fact 32 is small, it is now up to the government to come out and say, look, these are the factors, these are the things that we factored in to arrive at this price. It is not for us to say that we cannot defend them, but at least what we can do is to create the platform so they could go back to the ordinary people and explain to them. So this is what we do whenever we go. That is why we are not directly involved. What we do is we bring the authority, place you before your people and say, look, explain to your people. And your people would now ask questions and then you respond to those questions. So in the process, we are now, in fact, supporting and helping the government, because if people are not informed, they can think otherwise. But if they have sufficient information, then this would now calm the situation. So this is what we do at our level. We don't just raise their hopes up there, but what we do is create the interface, create the dialogue, and ensure that these people do not only remain in the greater Banjul area once they are elected, because as far as I'm concerned, Gambia is beyond Greater Banjul area. All the other regions are involved.
Partnership with the council, with the government council for civic education, as they're the government body, maybe you have some sort of a collaboration with them to work together?
Well, as of now, we just said, okay, let's complement their efforts. Okay, so what we did was to maybe go our separate way, and then Freedom House said, well, we would be able to support 3 programs. And then we said, okay, that's fine, then let's go with the 3 programs and see how it would work. Because even before the support of Freedom House, we were doing it in our own way, because that is what we believe in. We believe that people should have information, and once they have information, then it would help the government to easily govern the people. But if they're sitting there and there is a gap, a bridge between those that are governed and those that are governing, then there would be a problem in the country. And we don't want to see that, because I have a belief that journalists should always minimize harm, one, and ensure that the stories we write and talk about would definitely impact the lives of ordinary Gambians. That has always been my objective, way back in 2010 when I started this journey.
Yes, so we have a minute to go. So what more activities are on the pipeline apart from this?
Yeah, so
public consultation.
Yeah, so this week also we would be going to Banjul. We want to bring the NAM for Banjul Central and Banjul North to also have the town hall meeting in Banjul, and after that KMC. So all I am just appealing to the National Assembly members that if we call on them to come back to their people, please, we would want them to honor the invitation, because not most of them would want to be on the spotlight. Because if you don't have any information for your people, or if you've not been representing them in the right way, you might not want to go back to them.
Do they get paid for coming to talk to their people?
The National Assembly members? Yes. So we pay them.
I don't get it.
Yeah, we
because
anyway, for us.
Complain sometimes when you invite them, I don't know, but this is something that's been said. When you invite them, they actually tell you this is what you're supposed to give me for transport refund. I've heard about this from a credible organization. Okay. So it's just to confirm if this is so, you get to pay them for this?
No. So in our case, that was not the case. However, part of the budget was to at least give them something at the end of the day, and not only to the NAM, but to the people that attended the program, because in each community we would target between 80 to 100 people, and we would give them food, we would give them water, and then give them their transport. Because yes, we just but that was from the donors actually, not from us.
Absolutely. As part of the education and sensitization process, why not ask them, encourage them to keep a surgery, what they call the parliamentarians. You have a surgery, you have this office, perhaps every week at a certain time, people will come and lodge their complaints, so you will have the dialogue. So if they run their offices well, then perhaps
you will not even have to organize
actually, after the program, Honorable Omar Diop informed me that he's already working on opening an office in Wasu, so probably by next week or next 2 weeks, and we would go to also cover that event. So I think some of them are definitely having offices in their constituencies, but not all. Well, Omar promised to have one by next week.
Why man suma gis-gis waru leena fay parliamentarians pour ñu ñew wax seen nit ñi nit yu wara ñew déglu tam waru leena fay dañ waxante dégga this issue of so ñewé place dañ la wara jox padiyam because man mako dégga li du lu ma wax ci nende credible organisation na mané naam si seen bopp ñoo la dee wax ne ñun de lii 5000 nga ñoo def transport refund for example ñun de lii nga ñoo jox boo ñu ko joxutee ñun duñ ñëw sa event te boo doon taxaw di ñu wax waxuloo ñu woon loolu
actually ñun we did not even give them 5000 but actually
waaye jox ngeen leen dara next time bu leen jox dara seen responsibility la nañ ñëw wax ak seen nit ñi joxuñ leen transport refund
so this was from Freedom House
waaw assembly bi liñ leen a fay seen allowances yi nañ ko jël te def si lii waaye du responsibility kenn pour ñu leen di fay pour ñu ñëw wax ak seen nit ñi time campagne bi kenn fayu leen pour ñu ñëw wax na dëgg bi nañ ko wax te dee baax na jërëjëf Lamine Diouf thank you so much we really appreciate your time so from that after this serious conversation we will get to just dilute it with some form of entertainment so we'll be right back.
World Cup is here. Enjoy the beautiful game of football with our Samsung Smart TV. Enjoy a massive discount on any Samsung TV purchased. We have sizes ranging from 32 to 85 inches, packed with an ever-evolving variety of content and features. The Samsung Smart TV also provides your favorite video on-demand services such as Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, music streaming services, and even various games and sports content to enjoy as you please. For more information, call us on 333 217. On WhatsApp 350-555-5 or visit our branch shops at the ground floor of QCell building or at the Bruceby turntable. This promo lasts till 30th December.
Opticalia is a leading European brand which is now in the Gambia. Are you looking for glasses? Then you have come to the right place. As a first step, we will perform an eye exam to ensure we prescribe the correct lenses for you. After that, you can select a frame of your choice. We have a variety of brands in stock, and you will definitely find yours. You can have the full package of frame plus lenses starting from $990 up to more for the most fashionable options. Once you find a frame you like, your lenses will immediately be edged by our lab technician. Within 30 minutes, you will be able to leave with your prescription glasses and a huge smile on your face. How amazing is that? Visit us at the Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123.
QCell, GSM company minna yirwa tariata Gambia Bankoka. QCell la 4G plus network ya banko bela mura. Andung ala internet o tariata sidula saba katambi nyongola. Saun sahin, ye star 335 hash kumandi ya dati ke muna fang 4G sobe on QCell Gambia la network lanna yari on.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using eFunkanta by dialing star 393 hash anytime you run out of credit. Whether you want to buy Q-Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. eFunkanta is the service for you. Dial star 393 hash and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Medicalia is a high-quality clinic from Europe, which is now in the Gambia. Do you have an eye problem? Do you feel a hearing difficulty? Medicalia is here to ease the pain for you. The first and only hearing aid dispensing facility nationwide, where patients can be tested and treated to recover from their hearing loss. Fitted with latest generation equipment, our doctors can provide healthcare assistance for eyes, ears, nose, and throat. Common diseases like glaucoma or diabetic retinopathy can be diagnosed and followed up for fast and correct treatment. Make your appointment with the eye or ear, nose, and throat ENT specialist today to relieve any pain you might be feeling, as consultants are available daily. Contact us for more information. Visit us at Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123. Medicalia, premium care, personal touch.
Medicalia, premium care and personal touch. Thank you so much for being a part of our team. And Mr. Mboj, people need dañ wara gëna wara mëna ñëw ñu join suñ team bi on this morning ñu gëna sponsor programme bi, because it's streamed live on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as it repeats tamit si guddi bi si fajar lay mëna was at 12 a.m. So they have a lot of time to get advertisement time.
Right, the whole world is your
audience.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we are.
But Mr. Mboj, we're about to have fun. Man dama jóg te dama feature. Man dama jóg te dama feature man. Te dinaa la fi bay de.
Well, no, they're quite infectious.
And we're joined by my man, King Man Sweezy. Okay.
Hide me, baby, hide me.
Yo, tell me.
Pour me water, man.
Excuse me.
Pour me holy water.
Excuse me.
It's good to be back, man. Good morning, guys. I'm King Man Sweezy, and yeah, it's good to be back. After a month, finally I'm back in the studio,
looking
man.
fresh.
Yeah, one's looking drippy, man. For real, as usual, man. Barcelona got me on drip. So yeah, let's have fun today, man. Yeah, with me in the studio, first timer. They've been doing their thing. They launched their album and they're making waves in the Gambia as well. I have winners. Welcome to the show, guys.
Yo, welcome. What's up, my people? You know, this is your boy Yaga, out of the winners. You know, it's a blessing to be here this morning, man.
Exactly, man. But first of all, I want to know you guys. So I want you to introduce yourself like singles, yeah.
Yeah, it's your boy Lilo, the leading vocalist. Yeah, what's up to everyone who is watching at the morning show? In chat.
Yeah, you can give him the mic as well to do the introduction.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. You know, Satan Jefferson, 3 February Poetry winners in the building. And I am Rahim 7 speaking.
Exactly, man. We are all winners today.
Yep.
There's no losers here today. We are all winners, man. Yeah, but first of all, man, what inspired you guys to do music? Because I started hearing about you guys like 2 years ago, you know, but I want to know the inspiration behind the music thing that you guys have taken to. So I want you, Rahim, I want you to tell me.
Okay, we started doing music since we was in grade 9.
I'm going to I want you to be mixing and blending it for me, man.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Like when we was in grade 9, Larry Kunda LK Fini. Yeah, wow, Foflen Dore Bagasi, because before music, I come new down role, action getting gang, but then I guess then you choose a music part.
Yeah.
Wow, so no love for them. Be feel.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to go ham. Why the name Winners?
Yeah, because like simple.
Waaw waaye balaa moo tontu. nit ñaa ngi wax ne dañ bëgg a gis kanamam bi ñu ne kii dafa rafet. ñu ne Hans nga. ñu ne Hans nga te ku doon Hans nag da ngaa war a mun a wàccee sa mask or sa mask.
It's a bundle thing.
Waaw yow Hans nga waaye ndax bëgguloo ñu gis sa kanam bi.
No, go after it.
Exactly. So
Kon bàyyi naa.
What is a bundle thing? It's a bundle life. You get it. So yeah, tell me a bit, man.
About
the winner's name. Why do you guys choose winners, man?
Yeah, because you're born to win, man.
No, that means you're not born to lose, bro. I get it, man. Yeah, man. So now we got him actually. You dropped an album not long ago, Tas the Kabi, and then you did an event for it as well. The album, it was really successful, but I'm not gonna lie. 12 songs in the album, and it's making waves as well, man. So first of all, what is the process behind the album?
Yeah, the process behind the album, like, let's say, we have been working for it, you know, let's say 1 year. Yeah, full 1 year. We have been working for the album. And we're just like, cool. This album become a perfect something long and become for appreciate. And then I guess the feedback become it's something very positive, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, come really motivates a lot. I'm gonna come take the album go to all social media platforms. I'm gonna stream, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Okay, now Rahim, this is for you, man. Because I want to know certain things that's going on within Winners itself, man. Now the album is 12 tracks. How many features are on the album? Because I've not listened to it yet. Because I was on leave, I was working on other stuff, so I didn't have the time to listen to it. But I want to know how many features are in the album, like both international and local features. Do you have any of them in the album?
Okay, yeah, we had like 4 features, and they are both all local artists.
Okay,
like
you want to mention them?
Barhama.
Okay.
We had Pisco. We had MOK, and then who else?
Big Banga.
And then and then Big Banga.
And A2 Fulani too.
And then A2 Fulani. That's 5 here.
Yeah, so recently I was watching Stormzy's interview, and he said in the interview that when he was working on this album, he went all the way to an island to have to have a time for himself to work on his album. So what was it for you guys like? Were you on an island as well? Or
No, come you mo ñu la on studio rek, you know. Most of the time ñu la because studio fu mu nekk dafa calm ak you know, so ñu fa were almost 3 months new for where the job break, but
yeah, nice, man. Yeah. That's massive as well, man. I'll try to listen to the album, but to be honest, so far I've asked people about it, but the feedback is being good. They love some of the songs on the album.
Yeah, and people are
still streaming it as well, man. You know, I checked your YouTube page. Then the viewership is just going up as well, bro.
Yeah.
To be honest, man, and I'm proud of you guys. So first of all, we're going for a music break. By My Bread is right here. We're about to have fun, and trust me, man, Jennifer.
Yeah.
They are students.
Excuse me?
In the music video.
Amazing. Let's take a look at it. And when
let's
we come back,
exactly,
it needs to be
man.
heated.
Yeah, let's take a look at this and then we'll be right back after the music break.
Go down for me, make we go down. Go down. All I'll have been no yangale. Go down. See soft like Senegale. Go down. We go ethical, make we go low. Go down. Feel a go well tanyama. Go down. When your booty girl fit the done man. Go down. Mr. DJ pull up on the beat, make we go down. Go down for me, make we go low.
Gala love the way ninga yingale. Holland kabisa no go tingale. The young it of the boy Holland ningo jutale. The African about Holland smaller kon nandale. Yeah, I chepe gala no for them. Put panya mutu boy call me sula jame. Look at the way ninga dohe. You let the booty sick, holko no me lohe. Holland sick for me love, so yeah baby go down. When for me ting money baby go down. And them go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Good. Go down for me, make we go down. Go down. All I'll have been no yangale. Go down. See soft like Senegale. Go down. We go ethical, make we go low. Go down. Feel a go well tanyama. Go down. When your booty girl fit the done man. Go down. Mr. DJ pull up on the beat, make we go down. Go down for me, make we go low.
pull up on the beat, make we dance to this heat. Anything I buy you them a room. I love the way you whine and tell you put me in the mood. See for my Allah, I wanna take you in my hood. Me love to see when you go down, slow down. Girl, this your waist, this I know down. The way you when you make me go hard. Girl, this your waist is so fun. I pull up on the beat, make me dance to this heat. Anything I buy you them a room. I love the way you whine and girl, you put me in the mood. I see for my Allah, I wanna take you in my hood.
Go down for me, make we go down. Go down. Olal halebi numo yengale. Go down. Sis of flex Senegale. Go down. We go ethical, make we go low. Go down. Ila ko walenta nyama. Go down. When your booty girl fit it done man. Go down. Mr. DJ pull up on the beat, make we go down. Go down for me, make we go low.
If Mr. Moch is vibing to something, it means it's good.
No, it's a good song, man.
It's a good one.
Exactly. You know, for real, man. But yeah, first of all, man, I love this song. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I love this song, man. So take us through the making of the song and the video itself, man.
Yeah.
This song is a big song, bro.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to A&A Studios. You know, the song, you know. And then this song was recorded like since last year.
Yeah.
But like, I want concept for video. Yeah, like, you know, work on silo develop again, you know. Bem go through, you know. So big shout out to A&A Studios, man.
Yeah, and you got my baby dancing to the song as well, right? She's hot.
I'm vibing.
She's
like
on
I'm
fire.
No. Dafa
No, dama nga deglu album.
So it's a whole album.
Yeah, whole album.
But I have a question. My question is, Gambia fii dañ fi dee gis ñetti nit. Ngeen form group. Gis nañ fi groups yu bari. And then after du dee mujjee. Hope we're not gonna see the same thing. After ngeen fall apart, ku nekk dem solo. Xam nga rek?
Non, ñun moom suñu biir daal non foog ma ne lu mel noonu naa mun a am daal.
Da ngeen bokk yéen a bokk ndey baay.
Cause da nga gis ne ñu fu jógee.
Mais yéen a bokk ndey baay day bokk ndey baay.
Waaw léegi si gàttal waaw léegi ñoo bokk ndey baay.
Yéen a bokk ndey baay si deret. Noppi naa because gis nañ fi ñu bokk ndey ak baay. ñu amoon fi groupe tas. Yéen bokku leen. Benn baax na daal leen.
Am nga lu gën a important si groupe like ku nekk nga jël ko respect gambe.
So respect gante.
Yeah, respect.
It's one of the most key components of being a
so of course then they ku nekk daf dee def li ak you know but after all then they xam ne comme du ko dee indi si mbiri music bi. You understand? Comme right now su waree am bis si biir sax ñu war a interview su ñëwee fii dañoo cool. Dañu continue, you understand?
Yeah, man. So xam nga December is here. The year is about to finish actually, we know, man. What is the next step for you guys as an artist? Because we all know end of year you have a lot of shows in the Gambia. And we have a lot of artists that prepare themselves for next year as well, man. What should people expect from you guys from now to next year? Because I know next year is going to be different settings in the industry, man. And with this album you dropped this year, and I know you're working on more songs as well, more visuals as well. But I want to know actually, what should people expect from you guys next year?
Yeah, so right now, we are just promoting the album. Like probably January, then you'll start some nationwide tour.
Okay.
Though after so we promote it, then leave. But right now, you get hard with next year, then you kick off tour. Put one of them fans you have to know so we check on your life again, you know.
Okay, in the industry, man, I mean, I know we have a lot of Afrobeat artists, but with you guys, actually, you guys are kind of unique in some ways because she does Afrofusion, and not only does some of you guys.
Na question si gaaw, na daanu gaaw. Feed, na bit bi gaaw.
Exactly. So what I want to know is, what is really unique about you guys? Because I know you guys are taking the industry, like you're coming in. You're not really yet there, but you're doing your thing as well, man. What is unique about you guys that people should listen to you guys? What do you want to tell the Gambian people that is so unique about you guys that they should listen to you by force?
Okay. The difference between let me say,
and other artists,
every other artist in the Gambia is, let's say, I have my own style. Let's say I'm the leading vocalist, the singer. Yaga is a dancehall artist. Let me just say.
Afro dancer.
Afro dancer. Raima is the rapper. So. I mean, three genres combined together is something else. So when it comes to music, so they feel something different. Yeah, man.
Because so by hell mostly group if you be a single and you're rap.
Yeah, man.
Understand?
Why you am a blend?
Yeah, blend. Mix and blend.
Yeah. So before we go to the freestyle segment, actually, before I take a leave of you, man, Jennifer. Barcelona fashion shop, man.
More definitely.
Link them. And don't forget, man. To forget my watch, man. I'm dripping in Mansa. Mansa tees, man.
Watch,
for real. Link Mansa is gonna get you something like this. It's actually not really expensive. You can link him. It's gonna get you a watch like this, man. This is all the way from the Sweden, man. Link, my brother, is going to get you something like this, man. And don't forget, man, Link Barcelona Fashion Shop as well, man. They're going to get you jacket like this, you know, trousers like this, tees like this.
Give us the beat, please. There's
the time of the show, freestyle segment.
Give us the beat, Natara.
Freestyle segment.
Give us the
Let's
beat.
have fun.
I'm not being a vast boom.
No, we are gara-gara.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Wow. She want carry me go and take me to place I don't know. No, she want carry me go and take me to place I don't go. She want carry me go and take me to place I don't. Place I don't. You wahala na me, suka de boy wahala na me. Okay. You wahala na me, suka de boy wahala na me yo. You wahala na me, suka de boy wahala na me. You wahala na me, suka de boy wahala na me yo.
Take me go and take me to a place where I know. Hey, put you on the left, me I got you on the right. We can do it on the low. Okay. Hey, steady you me the follow. Anchor D, what I want, no. Hey, mini all I know you. Steady you, mini all I know you. Take a carry me go. I go follow you go. Hey, steady you, mini all I know you. Find my way.
Hey. You can carry me go, we need some privacy. Do what dev Tico bandit, no more piracy. Chop kisses, set pieces, act so fantasy. Yakamti aga funyo them, baby, can't you see? Hey, yo ninga do he mo money. Definitely queen besa hari dilanye. Living in harmony, happiness would do je. Hey, the wait over.
That'll be the way.
I told you, man. This song, actually, I'm dedicating this song to Jennifer Sonko.
Excuse me.
This is for you, baby.
It's going down.
Yeah, from my end, I'm saying bye, man, until I come away tomorrow. But don't forget, man, tomorrow in the studio, we're going to have MOK, man. He's a music producer, he's a writer, and then he's a videographer.
So till I come your way.
And then like MOK, Momo produce album, babe.
Yeah,
he's a
wow.
producer.
Till I come your way on Monday, inshallah. I won't be here tomorrow, but keep it locked. Natanga, Budara said. Till we come your way. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Thank you for having us, man. Bless.
Opticalia is a leading European brand which is now in the Gambia. Are you looking for glasses? Then you have come to the right place. As a first step, we will perform an eye exam to ensure we prescribe the correct lenses for you. After that, you can select a frame of your choice. We have a variety of brands in stock, and you will definitely find yours. You can have the full package of frame plus lenses starting from $990 up to more for the most fashionable options. Once you find a frame you like, your lenses will immediately be edged by our lab technician. Within 30 minutes, you will be able to leave with your prescription glasses and a huge smile on your face. How amazing is that? Visit us at the Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123.